Okay. All right. So I've done this several times, and I wanted to just kind of share a few things with some new members about me, about what I do, about our business and such. So we'll kind of get started. Go ahead and click to the next one. So, you know, my family is the most important thing to me. You can see my lovely wife on the right. Most of you know her, Joy. My son here in the middle. Most of the time he's a joy of my life too, but you know, he is a 20-year-old man now, a young man, so sometimes he's acts like a 20-year-old young man. But my family's very important, so that's why I think most of us at this table, when you start looking back at your career and everything and what you do every day, is you do it for someone else, right? We do that for each other, to help each other. Well, I do that for my family, my customers, my friends. Go ahead and go to the next slide. Well, there's our dog Quigley. Now, he passed away a couple months ago, but that's the two brothers right there. Dylan doesn't have another sibling, so our animals have always been, you know, part of that. Anytime Dylan would say, "Hey, I want a brother or sister," I'd say, "How about getting a fish? Or why don't we get a dog?" "Oh, okay, that's fine." So, got me out of trouble a couple times. Go on to the next one. Okay, coming soon. So Dylan is,
Dylan, okay.
Not me.
He said it's a joint or?
No. Dylan is engaged, and they are expecting a baby. In fact, today they're supposed to find out what the gender is, but they're not going to reveal that until Sunday. So grandparents to be are going to have to wait for a little while to figure all this out. I'll see if he can keep a secret from Dad. But all together, we are Meineke. So our family, I mean, my family, Dylan and Joy, and we bleed Meineke. I've been around Meineke for 33 years, as Beth had said earlier. And it's been a great company to be with, great company to learn from and to work with. But most of all, it's the people that I've been able to meet, customers that come in. I've got lots of friends that used to just come in as customers. Now we're good friends. Business associates, the people that I meet out in these networking groups have become really good friends. It's not just about passing business back and forth. You meet like-minded people that want to be successful, and as they say, you're only as successful as the people that you hang around with. So I should be very successful hanging around with a group like you. We have 4 convenient locations now. Go ahead to the next slide. We have our original store, Meineke South in Bloomington. That store opened in '87. This is our store that opened in 2005. That's in Bloomington as well. And then this is the store that we purchased from Greg in 2019 on April Fool's Day. But it actually did happen, but that's the day I took over, and I was like, maybe this is just a dream. So, but it's been great. It's been, you know, this store is what brought, you know, my friendship with Greg is what brought us to Plainfield and what allowed us to be able to meet all of you great folks. And as I've told this story before we came to Plainfield, one of the things that Joy and I had to do is to determine whether we wanted to be in this community. We looked at the community first and said, you know, luckily I was able to have I had some connections from Bloomington that filled me in on some stuff, and met, introduced me to some people, plus Greg, and we really liked the community, so that's why we decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. And then our newest location is, this is as it sits now. It's going to be getting remodeled and a facelift and the lobby redone and stuff, but this is up on 86 in Michigan, so up on the northwest side of Indy, up by the pyramids, up in that area. And so we're excited about that. That's our newest project, so to speak, but we're doing really well. Numbers are really good. Everything's great so far. We're just working through some obstacles, and as I said, we're trying to change that whole culture around. So, but that's our newest addition. All right, go ahead and take it. Now there's nothing on there. And then we also have a training center. We opened that in 2021. We're working on getting that going better now, but when this new acquisition for the business came up, I had to kind of put that on the back burner a little bit, but we are actually in in discussion now with some of our vendors to bring some trainers in, so that we can do some training to keep all of our staff trained up. I originally had opened this to train people coming into our centers before they go into the center, so they know what to expect on process and things like that. Process is the number one thing that can make you successful, or it's the number one thing that can kill you in a business, is process in any service industry, in my opinion. We have shuttles. Now these we don't have in Plainfield. I do have a shuttle. I just don't have the yellow ones. So we do have free shuttle service within the city limits as well. This is something that we started doing, and I don't really advertise this so much, but when COVID hit, we had to try to figure out a way that we could adapt to this and do business differently, because we knew that that was coming. So one of the first things we did, we started doing a free pickup and delivery to customers and clients. That way, they didn't even have to get out of the house. We can do it all over the phone, payments over the phone, that kind of thing. We also offered that to all of the essential workers, all your first responders, hospitals, schools, all the doctor's offices and everything. Joy went around and contacted all of these folks. We put employee perks programs in place in all of these places too, to where it allows the employee to get a discount for coming to us. So it was able to rekindle some of our relationships that we had in the past and had just kind of got a little complacent with. So we were able to do that and offer the free pickup and delivery. We also have the rewards program. So the rewards program is basically, it's like the Kroger program or any of these other ones that you have the little key tag, although we don't do the key tags anymore. You spend money, you get points. You get points, you turn them in for free services. Basically, the way it works is if you have a full service oil change done with a regular synthetic blend oil, you buy 3 oil changes, you have enough points to get your 4th one for free. If you buy 4 full synthetics, you can get your 5th one for free. You get bonus points that allow you to get those points up high enough to get the oil changes and stuff quicker. But you can also use those points toward other things like wiper blades and air filters. And it also comes with free towing, which will tow your vehicle back to us up to 5 miles for free. After the 5-mile mark, it's whatever the tow company decides they're going to charge per mile. But if it's within the 5 miles, it doesn't cost you anything. So you have a flat tire one morning and you're like, oh, I don't want to change that tire, give us a call. We'll get you set up on the rewards if you're not already. You don't have to purchase anything to get set up for the free towing. We'll get it towed in and get it fixed up for you. So, some things that we do. We service foreign vehicles. We service domestic vehicles. We service those. That actually came into our shop. It's a Saturn. The car is a Saturn, and a very interesting one. But yeah, it's interesting car. We've had several different interesting vehicles like this, but this one kind of stood out a little bit. So yeah. I did have, it's funny because I did have a picture up here of a cat sitting on the toilet, and it said we don't service these. And it was put there because in one of my networking groups we have a plumbing company, and it was just kind of like an inside joke thing. Joy made me take it off of here for her presentation last week. So, yeah, go back one slide, please. Okay, go there. We'll stay there. That's fine. Okay. No, that's good. Go on to the next one. That's good. Okay. So this is something that we do that we're really proud of, is a digital inspection process. And so what that basically boils down to is when you bring your car in, rather than us taking a piece of paper and taking it out to the car and going through the inspection and marking things off in the red, yellow, green, like you've seen in a lot of places, we do this all digitally. And the things that it offers to the consumer is it offers you the ability to be able to see kind of what we're seeing, because we're taking pictures of the parts. So if we tell you your tires are good, you get a picture that shows good tires. If we tell you you need a new serpentine belt or you have an oil leak or something, we'll take a picture of that, goes into the file. When it sends you the inspection report, you're going to be able to see a picture of it. So if you're not able to come down and look at it yourself, you can get an idea of what we're talking about just by being able to look at those things. The other thing it does is it protects you as the customer, because we take pictures of the outside of the vehicle and also of the dash when we get in the vehicle. And that is for the purpose of being able to protect your assets, but also protects our assets as well. Customers come in, and sometimes, believe it or not, you've got this magical scratch that just shows up. We're able to go back and determine, is it our fault or is it not? Because if it is our fault, it's our responsibility. If it's not our fault, then it's not. And it's just amazing how sometimes when you say, you know what, let's just go back and look at the cameras and, I'll pull up the inspection, there's a picture of it. They're like, oh, well, it's not really a big deal. I just wanted to check because I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, whatever. But there's been times where it has saved us a relationship because we did cause a scratch or we did cause something that wasn't there. And we were able to own up to it and say, you know what? It's on us. We got to fix it and move on. So fleet services is just something that we really deal a lot with. We're trying to build it up here, but honestly, I don't try to build fleet services too strongly until I know that I'm ready to handle it. And the reason that is because we try to do a very good job with fleets. Because as you know, and Blake, you're a good example, you're not making a dime if your truck's not on the road, right? So we don't look at pricing when it comes to fleet services. We look at the service. We look at what we're going to do to stand behind our work if something does go wrong, and it will go wrong occasionally. But the important thing is to get that vehicle back up on the road again. So we focus on that. So when we come into an area, open a new store, we make sure that we're at the point where our crew and our infrastructure can take care of that, okay? Because we are a Meineke certified fleet center, which means that we do meet the criteria of the infrastructure, of the knowledge and of the resources that we need. The track record that shows that we were able to, service fleets in the past. The other thing is also the POS system in order to be able to keep the records for this, for everything. And we deal with national accounts. So national fleet accounts would be ARI, MK. There's several of them, and what they do is they basically focus on managing larger fleets. And it's kind of like they're a liaison between the repair facility and the actual company. So even though it might be ARI that we deal with, it could be any one of your businesses that go through that company. So we have the resources and ability to do that for almost every fleet company that's out there, for the most part. And we do it very well. The other thing we do is we also work with aftermarket warranty companies. And that's something that's kind of an art. You have to deal with it in the roofing business when you're dealing with insurance companies and things like that. And it's not always what you say, it's how you say what you say. And you have to know how to say what you're saying, or you're not going to get paid. Or the customer is not going to get the benefit out of their warranty. So we have to know how to deal with those companies. Because the guy on the other end, or the girl on the other end of the line, is making their money by saving the insurance company money. Our job is to take care of the customer. We want the customer to be able to utilize their warranty. So we have to know that language to work back and forth and be able to get you the best benefit for your dollar on your warranty. Now, go back real quick if you would, and how much time do I have? Am I running out of time?
About -2 minutes.
Okay, all right, I'll make this quick. All right, go back one more. There you go. These are just some of the fleets that we deal with. Most of these you'll see is in Bloomington. We have better fleet relationships. We're working on that here. So I'm gonna start adding another slide in, but these are some that we do in Bloomington, Comcast. If you look at what these are all consist of, there's hundreds of vehicles that are within this group here that we regularly deal with. So go on to the next slide. Yeah, yep. Service their vehicles. Yeah. The heart of communities is where we serve, that we serve is what we value most, and that's the truth. And that's one of the things I think that sets us apart from A lot of the companies that are in our sphere is that we realize that without the community, we don't exist. And so we really try to give back to the community in any way that we can. If we benefit from the community, we want the community to benefit from us. And it's not only something that we do because it's the right thing to do, but it's something we do because we enjoy doing it. And my wife is in charge of most of that stuff, and some of you have already worked with her side by side on some things. These are just some of the organizations that we deal with. As you'll see, Hendricks County, Coats for the Community, all of these up here we deal with on a regular basis and enjoy doing that. And a lot of them you'll notice too is kids organizations, because we really feel like kids need somebody to stand up and speak for them, and because they can't do that themselves. Okay, I know I've already wasted a whole lot of time, but if you have time for questions, I'll be glad to answer any questions. If you want to kick me off the stage, I understand that too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
If we do have questions, again, just